What's up, and welcome to the Boys of Fall College Football Edition. It seems like it's been a while. I had to kind of dust off all my materials here. And it's funny to think, and we'll get into Ty's nice background and everything here in a second, but it's funny to think as we watch that intro video, two of the three teams we have on there are in the college football playoffs that we're going to talk about. App State, obviously, probably got quite a while until they're making that top 12 kind of thing. But Ty, I see the show going on in the background. Certainly kind of weird to see ourselves there. You can see the front of your head and you're not really looking at it or whatever, but how are we feeling?
Man, I'm just this weekend is awesome. One, I'm down here in Orlando, whole family's here, but it's college football playoff weekend. This is the first one of its kind, and I've never been more excited in my life than to witness what we are going to witness this weekend.
Yeah, that is and then it's actually really bothering me. Normally we're on different sides of the screen. I don't know how that happened. I think because I came in because I was having issues in my camera or whatever.
Yeah, you were late. It's okay. I can be on the left today.
Yeah, that's certainly all right. Shout out Orlando.
Yeah.
Let's see, Ripper. I don't know if you're in the Discord or not, but this is a perfect segue. We are both, VIP, handicappers, right? We do this in a sense of we provide these plays for members that are part of the group. There are just shy of 8,000 some people in the Discord that have access to the Discord. I've got a link in the description here, and we actually have a 40% off code going right now, which would make it just $1 a day if you want to get signed up. There's a link in the description there. The code should be there, I think, as well. If not, it's a holiday. Get your 40% off. It's the same thing as a buy 2 week, get 2 free. Same thing as $1 a day. However you want to spit it, there's a pretty decent amount of value with it. But it is we certainly do have a job, a role. Some of us do this full time. Some of us do it, as a part-time gig. However, we provide those plays just like we are, kind of here now or whatever. So I don't have a recap, guys. I meant to actually go through, and I'm sure we'll do this again next week as we get into we progress down. There's been a rumor mill. There's been talks about us doing a potential NFL show as we need to kind of get to the holidays and spend that time with our family, but potentially, an upcoming Sunday morning, you may see us and we transition into, doing some more NFL.
Oh, yeah, I don't think it's a rumor.
Okay.
I think we can.
I was leading into it. We will be doing that. Maybe next year we try to get into some more, NFL as well. Maybe doing a 2-show version of it on some days or something like that. But without further ado, we appreciate the people that are here watching right now. Shout out the chat. Make sure you say hi. Shout out Orlando here from Josh. But, as you guys ask questions, interact, we can pull that up on the screen. I understand it's Friday. It's 12 o'clock. Some people are working. I've seen some people in chat they're on vacation. Some people it's 5 days to go. Some people are off. My son started his first day of, he's on Christmas break right now. We built a snowman, we'll talk about some snow that's going to be going on in this Notre Dame game here as I live kind of close enough to drive to it, close enough to go up there for a day. But, Ty, you got any last things or you want to go ahead and just, you want to dive on?
No, like last time we were on the show, I cried a little because college football was over. But with every death comes a new birth, and we have the birth of the college football playoff, and I'm excited. Bowl season kicked off. We've been doing really well there. Anyone who was following my 10 to 10K challenge, I just want to say, I'm in shambles regarding it. I hate this challenge.
It's the hardest thing, the hardest possible thing there is in the world.
I hate the challenge. It's it should be easy and it's not, and that's what's frustrating because you can do it, but there's a lot of luck that goes into it. But hey, new day, college football is here, and we're rocking and rolling.
And I think we joked about it before, but my New Year's resolution is going to be for me to hit the 10K challenge. I'll get a run for it at some point. Of course, I was just cleared to run finally after the surgery, so I'm allowed to start running again. So the boys got a little bit of weight, a little Christmas weight, a little baby weight that I put on here. So New Year's resolution to hit the 10K challenge. One of the hardest things to do. That's why you don't see many people that have. I think I can count on one hand the people that I know of that have completed the challenge. So I think we're gonna get there. But without further ado, we're 5 minutes in. Let's talk about some college football. We do have Ohio and Jacksonville State kicking off right now. A full day of football. Awesome. Fantastic. What's up, TJ? Been a minute. Fantastic day. We got football going on. all day. We got football going on all day tomorrow. There's actually NFL games on Saturday as well. We have, it's literally, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is another spot where we have football just about every single day here going on. If not, because I think Christmas is on Wednesday and there's games on Wednesday too. So I'm pretty sure we got football like every day for a minute here. But that game's kicking off. I do think Ohio wins that game, but we are here primarily to talk about college football. And of course, the playoffs. And if you guys have any other questions, we can get into it. But first and foremost, I'm a Notre Dame fan. Ty's a Penn State fan. I think you guys know that. We'll take that into consideration. I'm looking around. I actually don't have a Notre Dame hat by me. I put it on my snowman, actually. It's out there on the snowman still. But anyhow, we have Indiana, number 8, Indiana. We have number 5, Notre Dame at Notre Dame in South Mansion. I read Mansion down there, South Bend. Let me just pull that up so I don't sound like an idiot.
I mean, yeah, that is what I mean. Look at this. Look at the views we live in right now.
Lines come down. We're sitting at 6.5 right now. Indiana plus 6.5. We have an over under of 50.5. I feel like my camera dimmed a little bit, but Ty, I'll take the lead since this is my team. Then you take the lead.
Please do, because I'm gonna dunk on you when it's all done.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm nervous about this. So I was just talking to Ty. Before this. You guys remember the movie Warrior? I loved it, man. I think it came out when I was in high school, like early college. It's the MMA fight. It's like the toughest guys in the world. They're in I think Atlantic City. It's Tom Hardy and whoever the other actor is, but they're brothers and they got to fight for the championship. And, us Indiana residents, this is what's going on. You got two brothers fighting. You got IU, you got Notre Dame going against each other as fans of, football in general or this upcoming. I mean, you got to love what IU's done. As a football fan, IU, you did not expect IU to be as good as they have been. This number's fallen below 7. I think the best bet here on my side is going to be Notre Dame minus 6.5. Not even out of just fandom. I mean, Notre Dame's got a fantastic defense. Notre Dame's got a really good running offense. Riley Leonard's not really wanting to throw the ball. He's got an over-under of like 190 yards or something, which is still pretty good for college football. But there is a significant amount of snow. There's a lot of snow going on right now. Like I said, I built a snowman. There's even more snow going up. You get the lake effect up there in South Bend, about an hour and a half north of me. One little bit of a little nugget that we got. IU, what are the two teams they really struggled against? Really struggled against Michigan. They really struggled against Ohio State. What do those teams have in common? Good defensive lines, good front seven. I would argue that Notre Dame has a much better defensive front than Michigan. I would argue that Notre Dame has as good, if not better, of a defensive front than Ohio State. I think they're going to be able to cause the similar issues there. And you see the productivity dipped big time against those outstanding lines that they have. And that's going to be my little bit of honestly the most that I have to say about any of these games. Notre Dame minus 6.5. And then we can talk about the total after Ty talks about whatever he has to talk about.
Hold on, there's somebody at my front door. Yeah, come on in. I'm good. Sorry, I'm in the middle of a show. Sorry. You can find somebody can help you. I apologize about that. It is what it is. All right. Anyways, so I didn't pay attention to a single thing you said. All I heard was I like Notre Dame. The hat's on the snowman. They're going to win. Let me tell you something. Notre Dame ain't winning today. Little brother's going to come in there, beat on big brother. That's what's going to happen. Let me tell you why. Notre Dame's a running team, all right? 57% of the time, this team totes the rock. Guess who has one of the best front sevens in the country? IU, baby. IU. Indiana, the Hoosiers. Curtis Rourke has a 29-4 touchdown to interception ratio. Here's the deal. Got to stay ahead of the chains. Got to be good on first and second down. Got to pick up first downs. Curtis Rourke will be the difference. The defense, the front seven is going to be the difference. They are allowing 71 yards per game on the ground. It's not like Notre Dame's got ballers on the outside to toss the rock to, right? We know that.
Nope.
If you need to do something, if you need a little further more conviction, do me a favor. Put this into your phone. google.com, Google, and search Curt Cignetti.
Google
All
me.
he does is win. So we're going to play this two ways, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take Indiana plus 7.5. You know me. I'm going to buy the points. I'm going to get over a key number. And then what we're going to do, sprinkle in the money line. All right. I also think that this has the potential to be an over game, in my opinion. This could potentially go over. There's a reason why you're not seeing that, like that number jump down with the snow and everything else. Why is that number not moving? So I'm going with the over there. But give me Indiana plus 7.5. And give me the Hoosiers and Kurt Signetti to do what they do. To go into South Bend like Warrior. They're heading to Atlantic City to put the brother to the mat in a 5-round match.
Yeah, I looked it up just now. It says 71% of the bets are on the over and 68% of the money is on the over.
I mean, yeah, I don't really, that could be why it's staying, but like why you would think it would be a lower number with all the snow. So, but I would go over, but in my opinion, I think Indiana plus the 7.5 is the best play on the board.
And then on the reverse side,
it doesn't come down to Penn State versus Notre.
Yeah. But look, it doesn't happen very often, and we're gonna have a little bit of agreement here. But I would certainly lean the under here. Look, I have a version of a play in the Discord. It's an alt play, like a builder play, as usual per my my normal thing. But if this was in a dome, I still think this is an under game. I still think it's an under game, even if it was in a dome, which obviously means you take weather out of it. You have two very good defenses. You have two teams that really want to run the ball. And then if Curtis Rourke wants to throw, Notre Dame's defense is good. I think it's underrated. It's slept on, and we'll see what happens. But go into with the weather. It's going to be sloppy. It's going to be pretty dang cold. Curtis Rourke's from Canada, I do believe. So I mean, it's normally pretty cold up there, so he's probably used to it. But you got a key number 49 as well. So I mean, it's a tough one. But I mean, that's I wouldn't stand on it saying that's my the number one bet here is the under. That's where we lean with the totals. That's what we're doing right now. But Notre Dame minus 6.5, and at the same time, both can win. Curtis, I didn't know that he's never played in the snow. And he's from the Canada,
which is crazy because he played in the MAC.
Yeah, right. He's from Ohio, who's playing, obviously right now. Is Beck out for sure?
Yeah, I saw a thing last night that Georgia's prepping to play without him.
Look, I said this kind of jokingly before, but I'm going to probably shop around. But on FanDuel, IU to win the national championship is plus 4,000. I firmly believe if they are able to beat Notre Dame in this game, that they go on a run, they have the ability to beat Georgia. And then maybe it's just like basketball. You get some whoever in there. That's not a bad sprinkle. We'll go back to this a month from now, whenever the playoffs are, and it's IU versus Oregon, something like that, but anyway,
that's a nice way of saying Notre Dame is really good.
That's
a nice way of saying Notre Dame's really good. If Indiana beats Notre Dame, I think they're going to win the national championship. Well, you guys aren't even like that.
It's a way to hedge my feelings, because look, if Notre Dame loses tonight, at least I got a plus 4,000 going on IU.
True.
You got to set yourself up for success.
I got you.
All right, so that's the only game we have for today. We got Tulane in Florida, but it's lopsided. That line's moving all over the place. It's crashing down. Actually, it's at plus 9.5. It was like 12.5 when I woke up, I'm pretty sure, this morning. And then we got noon tomorrow. Arguably one of the better games, if not the best game, honestly. Penn State SMU, I think, is probably the best game on Saturday. Ty, this is your team. You let it rip.
Yeah. Look, this is going to be an under game, and I'll tell you why. Because the score is going to be 54-0 Penn State. Zero bias there at all. But no, here's what it comes down to.
Which I would have it as an over, just FYI.
No. First quarter, second quarter is going to be, I think, very tightly contested. Going to be them kind of feeling each other out. Cold weather, wind is expected also. And then you have a whiteout atmosphere in Happy Valley for the first college football playoff game ever in the history. Obviously for a lot of places, but specifically it's going to be different there in Penn State. It's going to be really cold. The run game is going to be the difference for Penn State. They're going to have to get Nick Singleton and Katron Allen going. I'm not sure that you can trust Drew Allar, even though he played great last game, to come out there and win. Oh, I'm still good. I'm still here. It does it every single time.
Yeah, you're good. We can hear you.
Okay. So I don't think that you can trust Drew Allar to do what he did last week. But if they can lean on the run game, I mean, this Penn State team is the number one rushing team in the Big Ten. All right, they average 202 yards per game. So for me, I think it's Penn State minus 8.5 and the under at 53.5. My opinion.
All good things. All good things. I think this is a spot where, look, it's silly to say it, but like Penn State could absolutely rout SMU. I mean, Penn State could honestly just destroy them. If Penn State gets up to a quick 14-0 in the first quarter, and SMU is having to go a little one-dimensional, I think they're in trouble. Penn State gets to pin their ears back and pass rush. Kevin Jennings is a pretty good quarterback, but I seen some. They didn't look good against Clemson. They didn't look good. They almost mounted a comeback, but they did not look good against Clemson. And Penn State, one of the better defenses in the nation, so Penn State minus 8.5 is certainly a good look. Minus 310 on the money line as a, if you want to use a leg for like a builder or something like that, feel, fantastic about Penn State just going out there and win the game. And another spot where we're on a bit of a difference. It's certainly not. Look, my bet, if I'm putting my hard-earned money on this, it's going Penn State minus 8.5. I would lean on the over. And really it's kind of me just kind of still thinking about like this Penn State Oregon game. SMU does have the talent. If they can hang a little bit, if they're able to put up, if they can score themselves 3 touchdowns, this game very well could go over. So I would lean towards the over. But my best bet would be the minus 8.5 for Penn State. And then Ty, and then the backup quarterback situation. You feeling a little scared about that?
Well, it just takes one element out of the game, but I didn't like how they would use him anyways. They would put him in like when we played Ohio State, they threw him in for one game, and it was just like or one play, and it was just like, okay, what they do? They ran with Bo, got stopped immediately, and then he didn't come in the rest of the game. Right. So I didn't feel like they used him as well as they could have if they really wanted to. But college football, they're in a weird predicament, right? Where that they want to do the playoff, but then in the portal, it's just like I feel like they like hear people, like everyone was like, "Oh, make more teams, make more teams, make more teams," and then they just do it on a whim, and then it's just like, "Well, wait a minute, the portal is open during this." Like it just like, did you guys not think about that?
But then like some guys are still playing though, So like I don't understand. Like he made the choice to leave. He could have still been here.
Yeah. So again, I don't really know how it all works, right? Because we saw Van Kemp.
Exactly.
The other night,
multiple guys, but I think of him, yeah.
So what I think has to happen is he can't. Well, maybe that transfer because they're in the playoff, like he might feel like they're going to win, so it's going to go another time, right? Like Van Kemp might have still had time he had to leave now because he feels like they could go on a run. Again, I don't know all the intricacies of it. It seems like an absolute mess that I'm glad I don't have to deal with it all.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen Franklin talking about it. He was doing that interview. I don't know if you've seen it, but he was shitting on the committee basically. Like this is dumb. Like, what do you guys do?
It seems weird, right? Like, was this not a problem that you guys like thought of?
Yeah, I think I seen a stat. It was either 2,000 or 3. It was 3,300 or 2,300 players have already hit the transfer.
It's insane. It's insane.
Unbelievable. And then you have like Ohio. You get to say today Ohio was the only team that's actually intact.
Yeah.
Out of all these bowl games, Ohio was the only team that did not lose a player that's playing right now. It is wild. I mean, that's a whole different situation, and then you got teams like Notre Dame who they're like, all right, let's not develop a quarterback. Let's bring in Sam Hartman. It's like, all right, let's get Riley Leonard, who's also, I believe he's a senior. What are we doing after Riley Leonard? Are we going to go out and get?
Well, the portal messes with that, right? Like you only have so many scholarships. So do you go get high school kids or do you go get kids that have already proven themselves against other D1 programs?
Right.
I feel bad for the high school kids.
Yeah.
It's not like it used to.
Even high school kids, you think about that wide receiver for Bama. Was he 17? He hit the transfer portal already.
Yeah.
So whatever. It's like playing that damn game. You know what I'm saying? You get in, you got to go to Northwestern,
Yeah.
on the PlayStation or Xbox, and you're out of there. You're just trying to get through so you can get to a better team, and then moving up or whatever is just like the dang game. All right. Anyhow, going into the next game here, we got 4:00. Number 16 Clemson going against number 3 Texas. You got a line, biggest line that we've had almost in any of these bowl games, I think, so far. Clemson minus 12.5. I'm sorry, plus 12.5. Texas minus 12.5, and then we got over under a 50.5, which is a pretty consistent line that a lot of this is having. They said Notre Dame's next QB is on the roster. Ty, I forget. I think I said Clemson in this game.
Yeah, we both did.
Yeah, that's right. I just don't think so. Like, Quinn Ewers is not healthy. He's really not. So he's dealing with an oblique injury. You see these injuries pretty often in like MLB players because they have that like swinging motion and the rotating in the body. Same thing, you're throwing a football. Those guys are out for like a month. Those guys are out for a while, and he set out for a little bit, and then he had came back. He's not 100%, and you can see that like he's not putting the ball on a rope. He's not able to thread the needle, and they're in the red zone. He's not able to Brett Favre it, break some fingers, throwing it through the defense. And he's got a banged up ankle, if I'm not mistaken. So you lose a little bit of mobility in the red zone as well. 100%. Austin, this is a spot where Texas should win this game, but like Manning puts like the spark. Like I could see like why not start Manning, because I feel like Manning. I think this is a spot where it's like coach doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings or something like that. I just don't think Quinn's Texas is going to win this game. Texas is going to win. 12.5 is entirely too many points in my opinion. Clemson's defense is pretty solid. Clemson's fighting through some injuries as well. Like Maffa needs surgery. I don't know on what, but I just know he needs surgery on something. He's fighting through these injuries that he's got, put delay in the surgery. Texas, I just seen too much offense, lack of offense. And 12.5 is a big number, I think, especially in a bowl game. And you were the same, right? You said Clemson?
Yeah. No, I was the exact same. Yeah, I think it's just too many points. For me, I'm going to wait till tomorrow, see what happens with the money, and see if it moves at all to 13.5, and then I'll buy up to 14.5. But yeah, I just think it's too many points. And I also think it's got the potential to be an over. Clemson puts up 33.6 points per game. Texas puts up 35.5 points per game. I'm not sure that we will see much defense in this game. I think it could start off maybe looking that way. And then once the offenses get rolling, I think that the only way Clemson can win this game is with offense. But it's going to come down to, Quinn Ewers if they make a change to Manning. But I think it's entirely too many points. Clemson, plus 12.5, I think is the best play on the board. Yeah.
If I was forced to pick a total, like I would lean under, but I mean, it's a spot where it's, I just have not seen a lot of offense out of Texas, and Texas defense is pretty good. If Cade comes out and he's playing well, like Cade's this mobile quarterback all of a sudden, like he's busting 50-yard touchdown runs. And, if he can do some of that, sure, but Texas does have a pretty dang good defense. So, I mean, we'll certainly see. Honestly, not excited about this game. Like, I'm going to watch it. It's certainly going to be on. But
it's right there.
But anyway, it's certainly of the lesser value in my opinion. I don't think it's going to be a very exciting game.
Yikes.
Anyway, yeah, you got a visitor. Lastly, if boy Quandale's still in here, number 7 Tennessee going against number 6 Ohio State. You got Tennessee catching 7.5 points. Over under is the lowest on the board at under 46.5. Ty, favorite play?
Under. It's got to be under. Has to be under.
Me too.
It's gonna be a defensive battle. I don't know, dude. That hook is what has me leaning Tennessee, but it's just like I don't know that Tennessee can keep up offensively with Ohio State. Quan's gonna be annoyed, but I think under is just the best play on the board, in my opinion. Both have really good defenses. Vols by 50 is delusional.
This
Like,
is Chiefs.
delusion.
It's Chiefs burner account.
It has to be. I mean, it's just delusion. Now, North Neyland Stadium is up there. 48% of tickets bought on Ticketmaster have been bought by individuals that have a Tennessee residence. I don't know what to do as far as a spread in this game. Under is the best play on the board.
I think that out of like principle of what the line has given you, it's like you have to take the plus 7.5, to be honest. Like if you're that firm of a believer in Ohio State, you can't bet minus 7.5. No way.
No.
You got to pull that under 6.5. I don't know if the books are just daring you. You know, the books are like, we're gonna throw this line out. You bet it or not. You know, I think that. Look, I've watched way too many Tennessee games. Tennessee games are normally on late. I've had too many like parlays that are like, I need Tennessee just to win, and they're playing Kentucky or they're playing whoever, and they just can't muster up. Nico has not looked great. Are they going to be able to run the ball? Look, what I think happens if I'm Ohio State, I pack the box, I stop the run with Samson, right? Samson, whatever it is. And I force Nico to beat me, and I don't think Nico can beat them. Put it in a spot where, you know, it's like watching the WNBA. They let Angel Reese sit out there on the 3-point line. Then they say, make that shot. She don't make that shot. And she takes them wide open. She don't hit that shot. You know, so it's look, Nico beat us. We're going to not let you run on us. You got to throw on us. And I just don't know. I don't think he's got it. I don't think he's got it.
That's why I just feel more comfortable with the total in this game. And it's crazy that I feel comfortable with an under. Yeah. But the Tennessee games that I've watched, they've been defensive battles. Yep. Obviously, you have to like let the ones where they're beating teams by 70, you have to like remove them from your brain, right? Because those are not like those are just walkovers, and they beat up on walkovers. But when you're playing a caliber of Ohio State, look, it has nothing to do with quant. It has nothing to do whether I think Tennessee or Ohio. It's not about. It's just the number. That 7.5 is weird. Like I just don't know that I like it. It's an away game. It's gonna be freezing. There's just a lot of factors that go into it. I like the under. But at 7.5, I have to take Tennessee at 7.5. Do I feel confident about it? No. Because I don't know what version of Tennessee is going to show up.
The under would be my primary game. Like if I had to bet the house, you know, whatever, gun to my head, what's my best play? Like you have two pretty dang good defenses going against each other.
And I think what stinks is like I can't even like communicate to you why I think they can win. Like if I thought I can't communicate to you why I think Tennessee would win. Right? Like, well, they're really good at running the ball. They have nasty like there's no reason for me, like I have nothing to say. I just know that both play really good defense, and I think it could come down to a defensive play that changes the game, one way or the other. Ohio State has great receivers, but Ryan Day is his own worst enemy. He gets in his own way. So
Howard's not hitting. Howard hasn't looked very good.
No,
you know, I think both of these teams aren't coming in both of these teams aren't coming in playing their best ball.
No,
by any means. What's crazy, just to say that Notre Dame is probably operating at the highest level coming into this game. Right. They've won their last 3 or 4 games by, you know, whatever. But
no, if it wasn't Neyland, that obviously changes things.
The under. I think the under is a good spot.
Yeah.
I feel like I had one more point and I don't remember what it was. But yeah, this Tennessee Ohio State game is going to be, it's not going to be electric. It's not going to be, you know, it's not going to be high flying. I don't think it's going to be the football game's on. It's going to be, you know, there's, as long as we don't have any defensive touchdowns, no kick returns, no blocked punts, blocked field goals, nothing silly like that that's setting them up in like on the 30 kind of thing. I think it's an under. But if we get some defensive touchdowns, some weird turnovers or anything like that, that's going to help along the scoring, then obviously we're going to be in a little bit of trouble.
Yep. Totally agree.
Which of course, I mean, that just makes sense. It's just extra points on the board or whatever, you know. So Guys, that's kind of it. Chat. I mean, we got some pretty good interaction. We got some people, people talking on Twitter here. Kyle Kelly, if you're not following both of us, give us both a follow there. And yeah, special teams could be a decider there. But we got people live on YouTube, got people live on Twitter. One more time, the people who are watching on YouTube, obviously, if you haven't liked it, haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. I was going live Monday through Friday every day. I don't know. Maybe I attempt to get back into that. I got extra kids running around. Life has certainly been a little wild, but the people on YouTube, in the description, I've got a link for a month. The code only works on a month. It's holiday, all caps, I think, but it doesn't matter. Get you 40% off. It's the same thing as buying 2 weeks, get 2 weeks free. Same thing as $1 a day. If you're gambling, I think you probably got $1 a day to give up. It comes out to $30. Buy yourself an early Christmas present, hop in here, get it, all the plays, all the action you got. If you're watching on Twitter, at the very top in my bio, there's the same link there as well. Just make sure you click on the monthly one, as that's what the code is for, if you want to get in at one of the lower prices that we've had here just in general. We'll give Ty a second to say, what he's got. Give the chat a second to say here if you guys have anything, any additional questions. I personally wanted to maybe do more bowl games, but at the same time, like with these opt-outs and stuff, it's so hard betting this stuff. So, if you had a question about, South Florida versus San Jose State, it's like, you don't know. I know San Jose's, star receiver is not, there. But there's just so much you have to break down in each game that trying to, break through all of these, it's pretty tough, obviously. Ty's just such a shit talker. Like, if we ever get together as cappers, like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I've read Ty. Quandale's got to show up and then let him bring the mods too,
Yeah. He's always tough.
That's funny. But yeah, listen, Ty, you got any closing?
Yeah, I mean, I would just say, listen, Indiana against the world, doesn't matter. IU plus 7.5. Sprinkle the money line. Screw Jordan, everything that he's into, and that stupid Notre Dame hat on the snowman outside. Curtis Rourke is the truth. The win. They got it. It's over. Penn State by 1 million. And the under in Tennessee versus Ohio State, and Clemson plus 12.5. Those are the plays. So if you want to parlay, you take Indiana plus 7.5. Penn State minus 8.5. Clemson plus 12.5. And then just don't touch the Tennessee versus Ohio State game. Just leave that alone.
Yeah, well, I would say differently. You'll have to say some people are in the Discord or follow just Ty. Some people are there to follow just me. Everybody has their different opinions. As a Notre Dame fan, I am nervous about this game. Do not get me wrong. However, it could be halftime. It could be 28-0.
Yeah, Indiana.
Sometimes,
Indiana.
So you just don't know. They constantly got that Northern Illinois, gameplay, and they fueled their fire, that random weird loss that they had. Certainly we'll see what happens. I think Notre Dame IU could be one of the better games on the board. In these four, we'll see, so I think that's all I got, guys. We appreciate you guys showing up. Ty's in his mansion, got some fun stuff going on down there in Orlando. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. Ty, any last words?
Probably nope. Not. I love you guys, and the Boys of Fall Pro Edition is coming.
Not this Sunday, probably. No,
next Sunday.
But next Sunday.
Yes.
So we'll have 2 weeks of NFL, 2 weeks to close it out, week 15, 16, whatever it is. And then obviously playoffs and stuff then. And then damn near it's going to be all of a sudden XFL, so
UFL.
I couldn't remember what it was called. I picked one. All right. Anyway, appreciate you guys when you got it. Check out the outro. Check out the Notre Dame outro. Check out the Penn State. Got a little App State, penciled in there. I'll see you guys. See you next week, and enjoy your games and watch these games.